It's been a political witch hunt. It was done to damage my reputation so that I'd lose the election, and obviously that didn't work. And the people of our country got to see this firsthand because they watched the case in your courtroom. They got to see this firsthand.
So Donald Trump today was sentenced to an unconditional discharge in that long and expensive trial, the hush money trial. I want to go right to former U.S. Attorney Guy Lewis. Guy, first of all, what does an unconditional discharge mean in basic language?
You almost never hear about it, David. It's basically, listen, there's no jail time, there's no fine, there's no probation. You are a convicted felon, and that's it. So while the president may be a convicted felon when he's sworn in a matter of days, he will not. I predict he will not be a convicted felon after the Court of Appeals eventually gets a hold of this and reverses it.
So the question goes, why then did we go through this process of turning an uncharged, expired misdemeanor magically into 34 felonies in a case that ends up as an unconditional discharge? Was this a waste of taxpayers' money?
Absolute waste of money. And the short answer to your question, David, politics. Politics. This case is rife with error. It was never there. The witnesses, the theory of prosecution, the prosecutor himself who ran on getting Trump. The entire thing is a charade, and it's frankly not a stain on Donald Trump. It's a stain on the New York judiciary and Judge Merchan.
And by the way, the assistant U.S. attorney, the assistant district attorney, a guy named Joshua Steinglass, was pretty tough in his criticism of Donald Trump. He criticized Trump, saying that Trump insulted the court and was unconstitutional conduct. That's what he called Trump's behavior in and outside of the courtroom. I mean, it just seems like all of the prosecutors and the judge himself were in for a pound of flesh from Donald Trump, and they did it at taxpayers' expense. Am I wrong on that?
You're 100% right. I'm just telling you, I've prosecuted hundreds and supervised hundreds of prosecutions, big prosecutions. This was a case that it should have never, ever been brought. And when it gets on appeal, and bet the house, David, Trump and his people will be filing their notice of appeal immediately, forthwith. When this case gets looked at by some real judges, it's going to get reversed. He will not be a convicted felon for long.
You know, there are a lot of people who've been people like Jonathan Turley, who've been following the legal system in New York and appreciating the job that it had done for many, many decades, going back to World War II, essentially. There was a wonderful district attorney who preceded Alvin Bragg named Bob Morgenthau, who was a lifelong Democrat. His father served in the cabinet of FDR, so his whole family was a lifelong Democrat family. But he never, ever in the 30 years that he was district attorney here brought a political case or a case that in any way was tinged with one-sided politics. So this is really a reversal of an outstanding system of justice by Alvin Bragg, no?
Anytime you start the sentence with, for the first time in history, anytime that's the first clause of your sentence, you got to be careful on those. Look, as U.S. Attorney down in South Florida, I had people come in all the time and say, hey, you need to go after X, you need to go after Y. I never, and any legitimate prosecutor, honest, decent prosecutor or U.S. Attorney or DA would never, ever check the boxes of, okay, running for office of the president, you know, hate him because of his politics, don't like the way he conducts himself. That is just so inappropriate. All you have to do is look at the case, look at the witnesses. Come on, Stormy Daniels, Michael Cohen, that's your case against the president of the United States in a theory that's never been tried before? It's pathetic. It really is pathetic.
Now, we should mention that the Supreme Court, at the last moment, before the judge was able to present this sentence, the Supreme Court sided against Donald Trump. It was a very close 5-4 decision, and at least one of the justices, Amy Coney Barrett, voted against Trump's desires to just essentially take this case off the docket entirely. This kind of shows that all those people who have been criticizing the court, who want to pack the court with more members or do other things to disassemble the Supreme Court, are wrong. That is, justices, even those that were nominated by Donald Trump, have the freedom and ability in our process to vote against him in a case like this.
Yeah, that's such a great point, David. Look, let's be honest. It would have been extraordinary for the Supreme Court of the United States to inject itself in this case at this point based on this posture. They may get a chance. This Supreme Court may get a chance to look at this case eventually. I frankly think it's going to get reversed well before it ever gets to the Supreme Court of the United States. But your point is so well taken. That packing the court is the wrong thing. Yeah. We've got a fair, honest court that will eventually look at this thing, and it will get reversed.
Well, and I think Americans decided that the whole concept of lawfare, twisting the law in order to go against political rivals, is a very bad development in the American system, and hopefully we've stopped it cold. Guy Lewis, great to see you, my friend.